This is the J&R Daily 3 minutes, no bullshit, just sports. I wanted to talk about the WBC for a bit. The tournament ended last night with Venezuela taking the championship over the U.S. in a 3-2 game. Great game, by the way. Very well contested. The semifinals were both great games. Venezuela-Italy game was a very good one, very entertaining. The U.S. and Dominican Republic game I thought was technically really the championship game, but turned out that it wasn't. But that was an excellent game to watch. Came down to the final pitch of the game. Very surprisingly, none of the three main teams that were the favorites to win actually won. The favorites being the U.S., DR, and Japan. Japan got eliminated early in the playoff round. Dominican Republic, obviously, they lost to the U.S. in the semifinal, and then the U.S. lost in the championship game. A very entertaining tournament in general. And one thing that I took away from this tournament is just seeing the emotion from a lot of the Latin players, specifically from the DR team, from the Venezuela team, from the Puerto Rico team. You can tell how much this tournament really means to a lot of these guys. You know, watching Salvador Perez on stage with Ken Rosenthal, really crying and thanking his family, thanking his country, just being so super excited, and just the emotion that not just he, but the rest of the Venezuelan team showed was really, really fun to watch. The Dominican team with all their bat flips and all their crazy antics, I think that they're a fun bunch of players when they're playing in the major leagues anyway. They're very colorful, and it's really fun to see them in a tournament like this where they're actually representing their Dominican heritage. So that was really the one big takeaway that I had from this tournament, was just the emotion from the tournament. It was wonderful to see it. I'm really excited to see the tournament again happen in 4 years. The last one back in 2023 or 2022, 2023, when Trout struck out against Otani, closing the game, Japan versus the U.S. I thought that set the tone as a great ending for that tournament that maybe people weren't as interested in yet, but it set a tone for this tournament coming up here. So I thought this was a very well played tournament, very well organized. I think it was great for baseball. I think a lot of people are excited about the baseball season coming up here, and this was just a really, really great way to start it off. The one thing that I was also thinking is that this is probably one of the better tournaments compared to some of the other sports. The NFL obviously doesn't have anything like this, where it's an in-season or right at the preseason tournament, but the NBA has their in-season tournament, which it's not it doesn't have the same feel. I don't think the players really think of it the same way. I know that there's $1 million prize, and for each player at the end of that tournament, and so some of the players that are on those teams that are playing in the championship game in Vegas are very excited for the guys on the last man on the bench, the 15th man on the bench, to make that money. uh, you can just tell that it doesn't mean much to them because they're still in the middle of the regular season. There's plenty of games to play. The games really technically just count for regular season wins, except for the championship in that tournament. That tournament doesn't do it for me. The NHL tournament, though, the Four Nations, I thought that was a very good tournament, and it's very similar to the WBC, except that one is in the middle of the season, and it's only four countries, but it is still a very, very good tournament. So if I had to rank these in-season type tournaments, I would say that for now, the Four Nations in the NHL is probably number one. The World Baseball Classic is probably number two, and then by far the in-season tournament in the NBA is definitely number three. But I'd love to hear what you guys think, what you guys thought of the WBC. Drop a comment here on the YouTube page. I'd love to hear from you guys. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.